Okay, so what we want to do is, guys, if you stay too long hoping that person will grow, I want you to put still healing in hashtag still healing in the comment section. We see you and we've been you. You know, you are in that relationship hoping that person is going to change, and that person hasn't changed. They even say that they're going to change, and they never change. Okay, guys? So drop that in the comment section for us, okay?
All right, guys. For some of y'all that's just joining us today on the live, we just got started a few minutes ago.
Yes.
We're talking about why love ain't enough anymore and the truth nobody wants to admit. Now, we've been talking about that immaturity with some of the young folks and letting them know, hey, sometimes being in love with somebody, that tell you they love you, they care about you, but when it's time to start talking about certain issues, they ghost on you, or they start talking about some past trauma.
So, guys, we're going to keep this real. And some women and men, they stay in relationships that they know is unhealthy because they don't want to be alone. So, we're breaking it down for you today, and to show you that even though you don't want to be alone, and that person is not reciprocating, what you are giving to them as far as loving them and treating them right, then it's time. It's time for you to move on.
All right, guys. I want you guys to remember, please don't forget to hit that like.
Yes.
Don't forget to hit that like, guys.
You.
And hit that, and tap on the screen. Let us know you love. We appreciate some of you guys that tapping the screen. Thank you so much. Don't forget to send us a gift. We love those gifts. We appreciate you guys.
You.
Tonight we're talking the truth. And if your friends are in denial, they need to hear this, guys.
Share it with them. Please share this episode with them. Okay. Now, guys, will love save a dying marriage? But not just a marriage, a relationship. Do you think love, just because I love that person, will it save that relationship?
I'm going to tell you right now, love won't save a dying marriage. Okay. It's like this. We still love each other, but I'm drowning.
Yeah. And that's how so many people feel. They're drowning, but they refuse to leave the relationship because they feel like they love that person and they don't want to leave. But this is the time where folks feel called out. You got kids, you got a house, you got a job, but the love is holding it together with tapes and tears. That's what's holding it together.
Exactly, Doc B. But let's be clear here. Love without effort is just comfort. Come on, let's be real. And comfort will have you silently suffering for years.
Yes, it will. Okay, thank you, Kimmy 79 for joining us. Troy, thank you for joining us as well. Okay, bro.
All right.
Got a scenario?
Now, I got another scenario for you guys. Now, we're going to bump it up a couple years now. There's a 38-year-old woman whose husband says he loves her, but hasn't helped her with the kids, initiated any affection, or talked about any goals for his family in years.
Oh my goodness. So, guys, shout out to our listeners. Love without action is manipulation. That's not a partner, Broker J3. That's a roommate with some emotional perks. That's all that is.
Exactly. Hey, married folks, divorced folks.
Yes.
What was your wake-up moment when you realized love wasn't enough? Share one word in the comment section. Kids, silence, resentment, or growth. Whatever that one word is. Married folks, divorced folks. What was your wake-up moment when you realized love was not enough? And if you wasn't married before, you single out there, but you was in a committed relationship, what was that one word, that wake-up moment for you? Put that one word in the chat for us. We appreciate it.
Okay, Selfie and Sammy, let us know what you guys are thinking. We need to hear from you. Okay. We want to hear what you're thinking. What was that one word to describe it? Okay, shout out to the couples doing the work. We may have some couples who are in the online as well. Shout out to them if everything has been working, but also to the ones choosing peace. Both paths are valid. Either one works. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now, what if that love is just plain out toxic? Is it still love? But is it still toxic? Okay, can you have both?
Let's talk about that older sibling that keeps rescuing. That parent who talks down to you, that friend who drains you, is that love? But is it killing your joy?
Okay, baby. You've got to be brave enough to say, I love you, but I won't let you hurt me anymore. That's grown folks healing. You have to protect your peace, people. That's what you have to do.
Exactly, Doc B. And I want to reiterate to some of you guys, you know, a lot of you guys probably have that sibling, you know, that you always looked out for, you know, took care of, you know, was there for them when they was down, you know, and everything. And they're not going to reciprocate any of that to you. You know, we still love them because they're your sibling. You know, we all have parents. You know, we all wish that our parents was great parents and did the best for us. But there's some parents out there that are not so great. You know, I've actually personally heard some parents tell their kids, you ain't no good. You ain't going to be good for nothing. You know, is that love?
Yeah.
Or is that really draining that young person?
Yeah. Some relation, I don't think you can, love should not be toxic. And we got another scenario for you guys. A 52-year-old man still financially supporting his brother. He's taking care of his brother who won't work, who just lies to him all the time and disrespects his family. You know, so, you know, the brother, the 52-year-old that's supporting the brother, he loves him, but it's not being reciprocated. Yeah,
you know, love with no boundaries is just bondage, guys. You got to have some boundaries. No matter how much you love somebody, you don't owe anyone your peace.
You surely
your
don't.
Peace, you need to protect it at all costs.
Yes, you do. All right, thank you, Jose, for joining us. Skeet for joining us.
If you guys have had to cut off a toxic family member, drop a hashtag chosen peace in the comments. You are not alone. Again, if you had to cut off a toxic family member, drop a hashtag chosen peace in the comments. And this goes for you guys that may not be catching us live. If you catch this on our YouTube screen later on when you go check out our content out, make sure you still drop a hashtag chosen peace in the comments.
All right, thank you, Cookie World, for joining us. Thank you, Jules, for joining us as well. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your gift, Tiff. We appreciate it. We thank all you guys that send us gifts. We really appreciate it.
Okay, guys. Now, help us deliver the truth with love. Please send a gift to show your appreciation to the show. You're supporting real talk and real healing. Now, whatever gift you have, it goes a long way. We appreciate everything you do. We appreciate you just tuning in, but the gifts do help. So we do appreciate your support. Thank you.
We sure do. Thank you guys so much. All right, but what about love without intimacy? You know, this actually right here is kind of tailored to some of our older married folks that have been married for several years. You know, a lot of times you feel like we've been married for 15, 20 years. And a lot of times you don't really have that intimacy anymore, but you're still married. You know, we've been together forever, but I'm lonely. Now, that can go both ways, either to the man or the woman.
Yeah. We talked about being in a marriage or being with someone, but you're still lonely. Okay. A lot of older couples won't say it out loud, guys, but I will. You can be in a 40-year relationship and feel completely alone. And it's not just a 40-year-old. It's probably some people in their 30s and 40s that have been married and in a relationship and still feel lonely.
Yeah. 5-10 years. Being, you know, it doesn't always have to be long term. You know, the way things are nowadays, 5 years seem like a lifetime. 10 years, you know, when you get past that 10-year mark into the 15 and 20, you're putting in time. And the last thing you want to do is give the best of you, especially if you're a younger person, because you're giving your best years, you know, and you still feel like you're lonely. You're in a relationship feeling like you're lonely. You know, y'all may have raised kids together, you went through life, but somewhere along the way, you stopped seeing each other for who you was. That's not love. It's legacy with no life left.
Okay, guys.
To give you guys another scenario, there's a couple in their late 60s. That's right. Love still happens past 50, guys.
Yes, it does.
She wants an emotional connection. He's checked out. She's considering a life reset, even in her late 60s.
Okay, now guys, you don't have to die emotionally just because you're aging. You still deserve joy, and you still deserve love, and you still deserve to be happy. Come on, guys. Our golden listeners that are out there, what's your secret to staying connected long term? Drop us some wisdom so our younger crowd know what's going on. Drop us some wisdom in the chat section, guys. We want to know exactly what you guys are thinking. Hey, Indiana, how are you? And Missy, thank you guys for joining us. And True Love, I like that. Thank you for joining us as well.
Yeah, shout out to our 60 plus viewers. You know, when we look at our analytics, we see it all the time. We see a bunch of young folks, middle aged, and we even see the older folks enjoying J&B Live. You know, your heart, is part of this podcast as well. You know, we learn from y'all every week, and we appreciate you guys.
Yes, we do. It's not about us talking all the time. We're actually learning as well. Okay. Now, guys, we've talked about love, how it can be toxic, just being unhappy. And so, how do you heal after been in a relationship where you realize that love was not enough? Okay. And so you say to yourself, I love them, I left them, and then I found me. So now it's time for you to focus on you.
Yeah. Now, so sometimes, when you're in that relationship, you thought you was going to be together forever. And that's okay, because mentally, that's what you want to feel when you're engaging in a new relationship and you're thinking long term. But loving them almost costs you yourself.
Yes,
So let's talk about how we rebuild when love breaks us. Now, don't be fooled, young folks. Just because you guys are young, have that young love out there, it means absolutely nothing. Because unfortunately, you will get hurt. We don't pray for that, but it may happen, and you have to be prepared to how to rebuild after love was broken.
All right, good, Strain. Thank you for the gift. We appreciate you. Thank you. Also, Val Moore, thank you for joining us as well, guys. We do appreciate you. Now, love ends. It might end. That relationship may end, but you don't. You're still alive. You're still here. The ending of a love story can be the beginning of your breakthrough.
Exactly. So here's another scenario for you guys. We had a viewer that had submitted a story of a 42-year-old woman who left a long-term toxic relationship. She started therapy, and then she launched a business.
Yeah. So she didn't just survive, she thrived. And in her way, in her mind, that relationship, that bad toxic relationship was causing her to be behind. And then once she left that relationship, got some therapy, she was able to thrive. So that's what healing looks like, and that's what it's all about. Okay, guys. Now, have you ever had to rebuild yourself after love let you down? I know there's plenty of sisters out there who've been in a relationship, and a lot of times after that relationship, you got to rebuild yourself. You have to build yourself back up because you may have lost your self-esteem. But if so, or anything after love let you down, it doesn't matter. Just drop us your story in the chat, because we're celebrating your strength, because you made it through. You didn't let it cripple you.
Exactly, guys. And as Doc B said, life goes on even after a relationship ends. Don't look at it as the end of your life. Look at it as the beginning of a new chapter in your life. So always, we always, we like to thank God for a lot of things that He's done for us. So whether you're spiritual or not, or believe in a higher power, sometimes ain't nothing wrong with looking forward to that person. For some extra strength.
All right, Christina, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you. And Lawrence William, thank you for joining us as well. We appreciate you guys. Yes.
All right, guys. We'd like to thank everybody who shared comments today and stayed live with us. We really appreciate it, especially you guys that are with us when we start our podcast all the way to the end. We appreciate it. Sometimes y'all make this a viral healing moment.
Yeah.
And remember that you guys can always stay connected with J&B Live podcast on social media platforms at Live with J&B. And for our audio listeners out there, we got you too.
Yes,
please connect with us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Deezer, or Podbean, YouTube Music, or wherever you get your podcast listening enjoyment. Just look for J&B Live Podcast.
Okay, guys. Now, before we go, please remember to go to YouTube and subscribe. Hit the like button and browse all of our contents. We have almost, about 150 postings on YouTube. How many is it, Broken J3?
It's over 150.
Oh, 150
different videos
different
and
video
shorts.
Okay, it's okay to show love with a gift. Help us keep J&B Podcast strong, raw, and growing. Remember, guys, no gift is too small. We appreciate your support.
Exactly, and we appreciate everything that you guys do for J&B Live Podcast. That's real, that was deep, and exactly what was a lot of people needed today. I'm your host, Broker J3.
And before I go, I want to thank Donna G, who sent us a heart puff. We do appreciate you. Thank you. That was so fitting for this topic's discussion. And remember, guys, I'm Dr. B, your girl. And always remember, guys,
let's talk about it.
Thank you,
right.
guys. Thank you for your support.